everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you once again from across from Manila. I'm in Malaysia at the moment, but I'll soon be back home. I've got a very interesting guest from the other side of the world today. Her name is a very simple name, which is nice when they've got a simple name, Sandra Lee. Sandra is an integrative healing expert and breath beyond pain mentor. She's going to tell you all about this. Her company name is Miracle Inspirations, and the industry is healing and coaching. And she's done this for a short time, 37 years. Imagine what she might know about the subject. 37 years. And she looks healthy, so she probably does know quite a bit about it. And the worst you can do, guys, if you're in some pain or some trauma or some thing in your life, reach out, have a quick chat to this lady, have a virtual cup of coffee. Costs you nothing to have a chat to her and then take it from there. Right? Nothing. So, your favorite word for most of you is free. So just reach out to her for a few minutes, have a chat. A brief description of her business. When goal-orientated women experience persistent headaches or other pains, naturally it drains their energy, ability to focus, ability to accomplish their intentions. I empower them to find that freedom from pain. That's what it's all about, guys. It doesn't have to stay the same. If you've had pain for years, your body's telling you something. Find a solution. The days are gone where you can just go to the doctor and get a pill, right? That's the way we're taught when we go to school. There's so many alternatives out there these days, guys. Look for them and find the one that suits you, right? People's bodies talk to me and give me information that they need to know, but are too close to themselves to be able to see it on their own. By working remotely with people anywhere in the world, I use intuition-guided sound to help stuck energy and psychological structures to move. Frequently, this provides relief. If pain returns, we use NLP to identify and release the root cause of the pain, making it possible for the person to experience freedom from pain. What's the worst you can do, guys, is try. That's the worst you can do. Right, I've heard some wonderful stories in recent times. Okay, key achievements or projects: BS in chemistry, California Institute of Technology, created anger management spectrum concept, and I'm writing a book about it. Some pretty miraculous healing results: stroke, brain injury, knee pain, etc. Personal motto: everything is energy, and it's possible to heal anything that you believe can be related. Interesting fact: I have a bachelor's degree in chemistry. I help people understand anatomy and tongue twister, psychology, so that they can learn how to help themselves. So it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage today Miss Sandra Lee. How are you, Sandra?
Delightful to talk with you.
Fantastic. You light up the stage. You're doing good already. Tell us about your journey. What inspired you all those years ago to do what you do?
I'm a scientist, that bachelor's in chemistry. And after leaving school, I didn't want to do chemistry. I decided I wanted to start doing healing. And so I started studying acupressure and Reiki.
Right.
And I had to come to terms really quickly with the fact that there's this left brain science that wants to know how prove everything works. And then there's the right brain woo-woo stuff that is like, we don't know how it works, but it does.
I like that woo-woo. It's my favorite word.
And yeah, really quickly, I had to come to terms with that, right? So science education, but also this energy stuff is kind of cool.
Yes.
So I decided early to be able to work with both.
Mm-hmm.
As a massage therapist for a really long time, 37 years, I specialize in helping people understand what's going on in their body, the anatomy, and the physiology, because I want them to be able to help themselves. So part of what I work with is people who have headaches and migraines. So I help them understand. Yeah, a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, it's debilitating.
Absolutely.
So yeah, like this person who I work with now, she had a headache every day for 13 months.
God.
And the only thing she knew at the beginning of the day was that she was going to have a headache.
Yes.
So I did my first session with her using sound and intuition.
Nice.
And explaining to her about the anatomy and the physiology.
Yes.
And then I gave her something to do. Because in headaches, part of what's happening is the energy gets all stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Right? So when you allow that energy to go down your back.
Yeah, release it, yeah.
Allow the physical structures to move.
Mm.
Sometimes I get miraculous change with people. So
Nice.
this
Yeah.
person who'd had a headache every day for 13 months,
Mm.
and she had a headache that day, her headache was gone at the end of the session, and then she had 3 full days without a headache.
Nice. Yeah.
So when you feel like this is not going away and you lose hope and you don't have any energy and your relationships are all kind of, it's like you'd wonder, is this going to be forever?
Yes.
So when she had 3 days without a headache, there's hope.
Absolutely.
Start to have ideas. Oh, maybe something different is possible
Yes.
for me. But her headaches did come back.
Mhm.
So what we're doing now is we're doing NLP, neuro linguistic programming.
Yes.
Help her understand why she has headaches in the first place.
Yes.
And when you understand why you have it, it's usually based on things that happened a long time ago, childhood, right? When you realize that and then you heal that
And release it. Yeah.
and release all of this stuff, then the symptom doesn't have to be there anymore.
Yeah.
Because I look at pain and other symptoms as a signal. It's trying to get your attention. Because there's something in your unconscious that you need to learn, you need to understand. And the only way it has to get your attention is to say, hey, pay attention to this.
Yeah. Your body's telling you something's wrong, and you've got to, nip it in the bud. Don't put up with it for years and years like some people do and think, oh, it's just part of life. That's not the case. By the way, I'm an old guy. I'm 77. Back in the day, and this is take me back a long time ago. I'm talking 30 odd years ago. I remember this, maybe even more. There was a product in Australia, like a bit like an Aspro, but it came in a little sachet. It was a powder called, I don't know if you ever had in America, called Bex, B-E-X, Bex. You probably got something similar. And this powder, women used to swear by it, and they'd have a headache, and they'd get this Bex, put it in a glass of water, and it was supposed to cure the headache. And they'd hammer this Bex. Some of them would, because the headache was so severe, instead of taking one, they'd take 3, 4, or 5. And then, of course, naturally, that was doing kidney damage. So there was a lot of people getting around because they didn't bother about the after effects. They just wanted to get rid of the immediate headache. So medicine, guys, I mean, there's a reason when you get a medicine, notice this, guys, every packet of medicine you buy has got big words on it. But underneath the big words in very tiny print, which you can't read even with glasses, in 6 points says, this may cause diarrhea, may cause stomach upset, may affect your kidneys, rah, rah. I mean, it's worse than the problem. So, guys, try and stay off the medicines and get people like Sandra here, get alternates, try. You don't know unless you try. So reach out to this lovely lady. Moving on.
So this person who I'm working with, before working with me, she had been to 9 doctors, 2 sleep studies, and she was on a really expensive medication.
Yeah, there you go.
And she still had a headache every day.
Yeah, there you go. She was at least she was out there trying to do something about it. At least that's something, right? What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how are you overcoming it?
Part of the challenge is that I have had pain myself.
Yes.
And if I say I'm going to help you get out of pain, and yet I still have pain,
yes,
there's a credibility issue.
Of course, you'd be authentic, correct?
That's part of what I have been dealing with. And just last week, I was in an advanced NLP training where another practitioner talked me through an exercise dealing with, like, when I was 6 months old, my parents left me for 3 days and I was helpless,
right,
overwhelmed, panic, free, all those things. Released all that. And my pain went away.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So that's definitely been, like a little bit of a stumbling block. And so, yes, it works.
Yeah, nice. And it's a learning curve for you, isn't it? It's all learning. Every day it's learning. Every day.
Yeah.
Right? Tell us an important moment in your career that changed your direction. You started out as a nerd, as a scientist, then what happened?
Relatively recently, I was working with expensive coaches.
Yes.
And they were telling me I needed to focus on business. I needed to focus on helping people make money. I had to focus on helping people get more clients.
Yeah, impossible.
And, these are experts, and so I listened to them. and I was doing the wrong thing.
Absolutely. And
And it was
by the way, if you in fact actually apart from this one, if you ever had a business previously, if you had a business, you have, because it's hard to be a business coach if you've never had a business. So many people out there buy a book on coaching and say, I'm a coach. You know, I've had 5 businesses. I know how darn hard it is. You know, it's chicken and feathers. It really is hard work. And that's the secret is, you know, be prepared to work hard and turn up. Yeah, so I get you. They put you on the wrong path, as we spoke about earlier off air. So now, and you know, and you're very genuine, that you've got empathy and integrity. So you know, you've come back to your grassroots, right? You've come back to what you believe in.
Yes.
Then you haven't got a job, you've got a passion.
Yeah. Well, and it took that client, the person who I'm helping with headaches, it took her, she's a coach, took her saying to me, okay, what you do is you help people find freedom from pain.
Yes.
Like, stop trying to be a business coach.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
It's like, duh.
Yeah. Well, you know, but you know, it's a learning curve, isn't it? We learn as we go, and you learn some lessons from it, I'm sure. In your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that over the years contributed to your amazing success? What do you believe they are?
A big part of it is being intuitive.
Yeah, nice.
And being open to receiving information.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I say that my clients' bodies talk to me.
Yeah.
I am open to receiving whatever information is available to come to me for them. And they're too close to themselves to be able to see it.
Absolutely.
So I started working with people when I was doing hands-on massage.
Yes.
And they'd have, you know, pain in their shoulder.
Big knots in their back, yep.
Yep. And I would say, well, this is related to what's going on with your foot.
Yeah, that's right. Troubles. I don't realize.
Yes. And this is related to the pressure you put yourself under. You're responsible for everyone and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like this yoke of responsibility.
Correct.
And so they're too close to themselves to see that.
Yeah.
But when I say it, I was like, oh, and the energy shifts.
Yeah. I found it very interesting that a lot in my personal and other people, of course, your personal things, a lot of the time, these pains and aches and whatever, they come at night time when you stop, because at the moment, when you're working and you're flat out, you're not thinking about anything. But when you're nice and relaxed, all of a sudden, it's a pain in my shoulder, it's a pain in my foot, I got the cramp in my leg, you know, it all comes out, you know. So it's quite interesting. I find that quite fascinating.
So there's your conscious mind and your unconscious mind.
Yes.
The conscious mind is the things that you're thinking about. The unconscious mind is you don't know what's in there.
Yes.
Your unconscious mind's primary responsibility is making sure you survive.
Yes.
Keeping you alive.
Yeah, fight or flight. Yep.
Yes. And so there's all of this stuff, this unresolved stuff that your unconscious mind has buried, so that you can continue to live and, you know, run around, do your stuff.
Yeah.
But your unconscious mind's job is also helping you heal that stuff.
Yes.
So when you slow down, when you're sitting on the couch after work and you want to just relax, and suddenly all this stuff comes up.
Correct.
Because your unconscious mind says, okay, now you can deal with the stuff.
Now it's my turn.
It's actually here. And it's calling your attention.
Oh.
Hello, you need to pay attention to this. And when you pay attention, it's like, oh, so what is this trying to tell me? What's the message?
Yes.
And you get the message that the symptom is trying to give you, and then resolve that so that you don't need the signal anymore.
Yeah, listen to your body. That's the bottom line. And I've learned only in the last probably 10 years about. I used to ignore it. Is your brain is your gut is your second brain. And I used to, all the time I'd go, no, that's not. I talk to myself, no, that's nonsense. I just ignore it, and then later it'd come back and bite me. And I go, well, I should have listened to that. And I learned later to listen intently. Actually, learn to listen to your body, and particularly your gut. If you get a feeling something's not right, it's probably not right.
Yes. So we think that our brain is controlling everything, and all of the information is going from the brain down to the body.
Yes.
There is way more information coming from the gut back up to the brain than is
Yes.
going down.
Yeah, you learn that. It's
Yeah,
a lot of stuff you
both.
learn
It's
later.
both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
but you need to pay attention to what's going on. Like you said, there's a second brain down in your gut.
Yeah, and it's talking to you. And I've learned,
Hmm.
listen, my body, when you get aches and pain, there's a reason for it. Did you stub your toe yesterday, but you forgot? You hit, you get out of bed, you smack your toe on the bed, and a day later it's sore, and you've forgotten that you stubbed your toe yesterday. That's why it's sore, because you've bruised it. But you forgot about it.
Well, and why did you stub your toe yesterday? Were you not paying attention? Were you
Correct.
upset about something else?
Yeah,
Because
correct.
whatever it is was going on, whatever
Yeah,
stress,
yeah,
argument, or whatever you were having,
yeah.
it stores in the area.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
all that. Tell us, in your opinion, um, basically, we talked about your skills. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field? What's your secret there?
You can't stop me from helping people.
Oh, that's good. I like it.
I used to like, going through the library,
Yeah,
and somebody is like, and so I used to go and massage their shoulder, right?
I love
Would
it.
you sit down for a minute?
Yeah,
And because I am intuitive and I'm receiving this information all of the time,
yes,
I'm always making it up what I do.
yeah,
There is no cookbook anything, right?
yeah,
I might follow a general procedure,
yeah.
a
Sure,
general formula,
the
but
concept.
based on what intuition suggests and what's going on with them. So I'm creating it all the time.
Yeah, I like it. Um,
Yeah.
Tell us about a recent project. You started telling me earlier off air. Tell me a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of.
So did I tell you about the NLP training and my pain going away?
You did? Now tell me
That
about
was a
someone.
that was a huge thing,
Yeah, no
right?
doubt. Tell me
So
someone. Tell me about someone you've helped amongst the many.
okay. So there's the person who I already talked about, but there's another person. The first person, oh, let's talk about a different one, that headache. Let's talk about a stroke. Okay.
Wow, wow, that's a
So
pretty serious matter, eh?
yeah. So one of my clients is living in Europe. Okay.
Yes.
I'm in Canada, and this person's living in Europe. And his wife had had a stroke.
Oh, terrible.
And he didn't tell me about this until it had been a month since she
Wow.
had the stroke.
Uh-huh.
She couldn't walk and she couldn't talk.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. And so he asked me to start working with her. And so I started doing, this was long before I was doing NLP. This is when I was
Yeah.
doing biofield
Yes.
tuning.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I do research. Okay. So I researched the area of the brain that was affected. So found out from him where the area was affected, but that's also where walking and talking was going to be affected. So back here. And I did some research about the area, and then I just did biofield tuning and moved the energy through the area, moving the clogged blood, because that's what a stroke is. Blood
Yes.
goes from your bloodstream into the brain tissue and it's
Wow.
toxic to brain tissue.
Yeah.
So moving that out and then energetically helping those brain areas function again.
Fantastic.
So the next time I talked to him, a couple of weeks later, I asked, how's she doing? He says, oh, she's doing really great. The doctors are surprised how well she's getting.
Nice.
Awesome. I kept working with her. She's back to normal.
Fantastic. What a great story. Wow. That's what makes it all worthwhile. That's why you do what you do, right?
Yeah.
You know, pretty cool story. Um, Tell us, what if a 20-year-old comes along? She's not a scientist, but she's a 20-year-old. She's just left school or uni, whatever, and she says to you, "I'm not sure what I should do, Auntie." What would you tell her? What would you tell her to do?
Think about the things that you love doing.
Yes.
Totally aside from career,
Yeah. Job.
work.
Yep. Yep.
What is
What's your
it?
passion? Yeah. What's your job?
What's your
What do you
passion?
like? Yeah.
What would you do just because you want to do it? If
Yes.
nobody were paying you, what would you do?
Mm.
Now, in today's world, a person graduating from school, they might say social media or,
Yeah.
but my encouragement would be so to go deeper than that,
Yes. Correct.
right? Like, what is it that you used to do when you were a young child?
Yeah.
Or,
That you loved.
yeah,
Yeah.
what would you do if you had all the computers and the phone turned off
Yes. I love that.
And you went someplace to do something that you loved more than anything for a month. What would you do? Find out what their passions are, what motivates them.
Yeah. Me, I'd go to the beaches of the world. That's what I'm doing now, and enjoying it. I'm a tourist where I am, funny enough, and every 2 months I've got to go and pay a fee to get a new visa. And I woke up a while ago. Rather than pay the fee, there's all these countries around me because I'm in the Philippines that's surrounded by other countries. And I said, for the same, not that I worry about the money, but for the same money, I can actually go to Singapore and back. So why don't I pick up my laptop and go to Singapore for a week? So that's what I do. Or I go to Bali for a week, or I go, and invariably, I get even better than that. I go one way because then I can go for 2 or 3 weeks. If I'm enjoying it where I am and in my environment, I stay as long as I want. It's like you, everything's done by remote control, basically. So
Yeah.
I can be anywhere, I'm enjoying it. That's what I love about it. So like I say, like you, I've got a passion. Um, Tell me, looking ahead, you're at base camp at the moment, the big mountain to climb still. Um, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? What are you hoping to do?
Okay, so the big picture is that I'm going to have a regenerative agriculture farm where we have a bunch of people helping. So to raise a nutrient dense food while making the earth healthier at the same time.
Nice.
So that's part of the big picture, and I'm going to operate my coaching practice out of one of the farmhouses. And then there's a bigger picture than that,
Yeah.
okay? That that the governments in the world and the corporations and the organizations and food production and healthcare and energy production, all these systems that run the world, that the people who make decisions based on what's best for people and the planet.
Yes. Be
That's
a
not
better
the way
be a better human. Yeah.
yeah, that's not the way the world operates right now.
No,
Okay?
unfortunately.
Yeah. So my vision is that all of us people and entrepreneurs, that we do better
Yes.
so that that starts being what drives the decisions in the world.
Yeah. I could I
What's
could
best
see
for
I could
everyone.
see another idea for you too, because you're obviously a people person. I could see you having, yearly or every 6 months. I could see you having retreats and getting people in your world all together so you can share that knowledge, and just have speakers and people from all over the world helping spread the message.
Yes.
I
That's the
thought
big picture.
I think that'd be pretty cool. And I don't. I mean, there'll be a lot of work, but I don't think it's impossible with a couple of people helping. It can be done. You book the hotel. You say, how many can the hotel take? Okay, 500. Okay, I don't want a hotel. I want something out in the countryside, not far from civilization, but get back into nature, the real world.
Hmm.
Maybe hold it in the bloody farmhouse or something. Whatever you know,
Yeah.
and it'd be a lot of fun. And I'm sure you're up for the challenge.
Yep.
You know,
It's been part of the plan for a while.
yeah. Well, put a line in the sand, make it happen, my friend.
Hmm.
You can do it. Tell us, what's the best way? It's been a very interesting guest. What's the best way for our readers to reach out and find out more about you? What's the best way?
The easiest way is to get my free gift,
Yeah,
9 pain management secrets. It's an
lovely,
email sequence. And so after that, then you'll just get my regular newsletter. And when
nice.
you get that, if you want to talk with me
Mm,
before all of that's done, then you can contact me.
fine.
So
How would they get that? Would they go to your website? Would they find it on your website?
shinewithsandra.com/pain. Shinewithsandra.com/pain.
What if they went to the one that's on the screen? What would happen if they went to that website?
They could get it from there as well.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah, there you go. There's a challenge for you. You got a free offer. If some of you freebie seekers out there, you got a free offer, and you've got a wonderful woman here who 37 years, guys. I guarantee you, if she doesn't know, she'll know someone who does know. So what do you got to lose? Rather than go to the doctor, I know people who are on, a bucket full of drugs every day. They're taking 8, 10, 12 pills, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, look at alternatives and look at the damage that those pills might be doing to your kidneys or your liver, whatever. You know, So it's a very really interesting subject you're on, my friend. You're on the right track. You know, some people call it an alternative. I call it the solution, right? Before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people do not know.
Here's something like totally off the wall. So when I was in high school, I used to volunteer at a place called the Marine Mammal Center in California, where we would rescue elephant seals and harbor seals and sea lions.
Wow.
who were stranded and injured, and then we would release them when they were healthy.
Fantastic.
So I used to sit on elephant seals and
Fantastic.
feed them fish and stuff. So that's something totally off the wall that nobody.
Yeah. How old were you when you were doing that?
High school, whatever age.
Yeah,
High school,
16, 17, whatever. Yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah. You're definitely a people person. You're made for this job, my friend. You're a people person. You're made for this job. So, you know, you got an obligation to God put you here for a reason. You got an obligation to share your journey with the world. So get yourself out there even more than what you've been doing. You know what to do. Guys, this has been a wonderful guest. It's 15 minutes of fame. And you can come on the show too. It's like talking to a friend. We're 15 minutes of fame. It's all about you. And remember, we put it across Reddit, Quora, LinkedIn, Facebook, our Facebook group with 6,500 members, and of course, YouTube with all your social media links. So we help to make you famous. We put you in front of hundreds of prospects. We turn this whole thing into a mini movie, and we give a copy to you. And you, of course, can put it out there yourself. Put it on LinkedIn every month. There's 1 billion people there. Put it there every month. People are interested. They're watching. And there's a lot of people lurking. Not many action takers, but a lot of people are watching, right? So you've got to get that message out there. You've been a wonderful guest, Sandra. Any last words, my friend?
I want to talk to your audience. Okay, so this has been the most fun, most informative time that I have spent, both before the actual interview started. And so if you are watching this, contact Jeff and be on. It is a great time and you will get so much out of it.
Fantastic. You're a star. I've got to send that bottle of scotch, I promise you. So I'm kidding. That's been awesome. All right. Thank you, my friend. We're going to wrap it up right now.